Oh, of course. You had to get down.
We're in the wolf viewing area.
We are. So one of our wolves is...
Oh, there's
behind
one
that
right there
platform.
coming by.
Yeah. So they're both now in that area.
All right.
So the two red wolves that we currently have, their names are Cedar and Sage. And they are a male-female pair. They were paired here. They did not know each other prior to living at Carolina
dating
Tiger
service
Rescue.
here.
Kind of, but as a sanctuary, we are not a breeding facility. And so when we reached out to the Red Wolf Coalition, now known as SAFE, Saving Animals from Extinction is what SAFE stands for. And they coordinate the Red Wolf breeding program and reintroduction plan for the United States.
Okay.
So red wolves are the only endemic wolf to the United States. That means the only place that even historically they have been found is the United States. That's it. Not up in Canada, not down in Mexico, just the US. And really the only place that you can find them in the wild is the eastern coast of North Carolina. And there are fewer than 30 in the wild.
All right, so you got a male and female in there.
We do. So they are part of the Red Wolf Recovery Program. They are part of that SAFE program, but they are no longer in the breeding population. So the male that we have was not able to reproduce, and the female that we have was intact. But one of the things that they do, which is really important for quality care of animals, is before you are going to transport them, you need to ensure that they are healthy enough to go through that transport, because it can be a stressful time.
Right.
It's for a greater good, but it still can be stressful because you can't explain to the animal what it is that's going on. And so when they did her physical exam, they discovered that she had an epiometra, which is an infection in her uterus. And so she was fully spayed. And so definitely now, there's no way that this pair is going to be producing any offspring. And so anytime that we have any male-female pairs or any pairs capable of reproduction here, at least one of them gets fixed. It's generally the males that we fix because it's a far simpler procedure, which means less risk to the animal for recovery. But in that case, it was far more important to correct her pyometra and remove that infection.
All right, and this one, the fencing does go up and it's sloped in, and yeah, you got them.
Yeah, so for
there.
canines, the enclosures have to be completely different. And so us working with the SAFE program was about an 8-year process in the making of getting our first pair of red wolves to us. This is our second pair. Our senior keeper, Lauren Humphreys, who just is tremendous. She took that on as her personal goal to get red wolves here because of how important their story is. This is a unique story to all of our other residents here, is that this is a native species who is actively part of a recovery program. So it's another way for us to walk the walk with our mission of rescue and education.
And when did this pair show up here? Or is this...
We got them about a year ago, about a year and a half ago. And prior to that, we had 2 young females for about 3 years. And so they went off to the next step of their journey. Both were paired with other wolves in hopes that they get along and eventually get to add to the red wolf population.
And when they're released, you mentioned Western North Carolina. Is that where they're primarily released to again?
Eastern North Carolina. Yeah, Eastern North Carolina. If those wolves are, if their number is called, so to speak, if they're called up to be released, there's a whole process and part of that where they go through a soft release where they start to, they really have to ensure that that animal is capable of surviving on their own in the wild. And so even though this is not a breeding pair, our female is quite old, these are not going to be released, we still have to make sure that the guidelines of the SAFE program are followed. And so any enrichment that we give them has to be natural, something that they could encounter in the natural environment. So they don't have the big boomer balls that you saw in the tiger enclosures. We also have to make sure that their food is not something that could risk their life in the wild. So we're not giving them chicken from the grocery store. They find chicken in the wild, who does it often belong to? A person right. Who's probably not going to take kindly to a wolf stealing their chickens. And so they get a lot of deer, they love squirrels, and so there's a lot of extra steps in the care of our red wolves. Even in their enclosure, they have the kickbacks up here, so their fence might be shorter overall, but it has the kick-ins at the top. There's also a dig guard that's buried below the ground around their entire perimeter fence. Again, just to make sure that our animals and our team all stay safe.
So if I kill a squirrel and don't want to eat it, I can drop it off same place I drop off a dead deer?
You can, as long as it's not filled with buckshot or something.
Oh, okay. Maybe a BB.
But yes, we do have people who will go out and bring us squirrels too.
All right.
Don't bring us a bunch of other things.
Yeah,
Squirrels and deer. We also have.
They don't eat ultra processed foods here.
With our food donation system, because we have such a generous community that supports us, whether it is a farmer bringing, we got a few cows the other day because they had huddled under the tree during a big storm and the tree got struck by lightning. So all 3 cows perished. They brought those cows here, and their life gets to have another meaning, even in death. And so their purpose got to extend to the care of our animals.
I assume you have a huge freezer to be able to store these animals in.
We have 2 walk-in freezers and we have 1 walk-in cooler, which is our large refrigerator. Yes.
All right.